there's not that many people that can relate to everything that she's been through. There's not that many folks that know what it's like to be in her shoes, but someone that does is LeBron James, right? And
few people can genuinely identify with WNBA rookie star Caitlin Clark's meteoric ascension. However, one individual who is aware of the weight of expectations all too well is none other than LeBron James, the standout player for the Los Angeles Lakers, following a thrilling rookie campaign. Clark's career with the Indiana Fever has been compared to James's, who recently discussed, "I have a lot of respect for Caitlin Clark because I understand what it's like to be drafted," he adds. Be a franchise's spokesperson and face criticism from many who don't think you're prepared for the next step. Observing Caitlin's actions, "I have been rooting for her since the beginning because I can recall going. She is a transcendent player, and I fully back her throughout that." Similar to James, Clark was under immediate pressure. Like LeBron in 2003, she was propelled into the spotlight after being drafted as the first overall pick. James was given the responsibility of a whole team when he was selected by the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was supposed to lead them to glory at the age of 18. In a similar vein, Clark obtained control of the Fever franchise. Caitlin's debut season was not without its difficulties. Just like LeBron's, James and Clark both possess something. Another thing they have in common is their enormous popularity, which draws both praise and criticism. LeBron has experienced it, and now Caitlin must deal with it as well. However, in spite of the criticism, both players have used the pressure to win games. Performances. LeBron, who has always supported women's basketball, hasn't hesitated to demonstrate his respect for Clark. Whether it's compliments or posting her best moments on social media, he has been one of her greatest admirers.
One thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. You know, root for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before.
LeBron and Clark are already being compared by NBA commentators.
Pressure amongst their peers, right? When LeBron James came out in 2003, we heard, so many guys on record saying they couldn't wait for him to get to the league and he wasn't going to do this, he wasn't going to do that. And guess what? He did that and he did this. And then some. Same with Caitlin Clark. All we kept hearing is about the physicality. When she took her hits, she got back up and she kept swinging and she kept dominating in great fashion as a rookie. And so when it comes to having the pressure of going on the road, packing out arenas, everyone is coming to see you, whether they come to see you do good or to fail. Is no other two athletes like LeBron James and Caitlin Clark that's been under this most pressure since I've been around the game of basketball that I've witnessed with my very own eyes.
Like LeBron, Caitlin's debut campaign wasn't off to a good start. The Fever got off to a 1-8 start, making observers and admirers doubt her skill. In September, when the WNBA playoffs take place, and those uncertainties disappeared. After leading the Fever to their first postseason trip since 2016, Caitlin concluded the season with a 2020 record, their greatest season in over 10 years. Clark's numbers were unprecedented. With an average of 19.2 points, she led all rookies in scoring and the WNBA in assists with 8.4 assists and 5.7 rebounds per game. Similar to LeBron's early playoff run, the Fever lost to the Connecticut Sun in the first round of the playoffs. Exits. Caitlin's journey is far from over. In his debut season, James failed to qualify for the playoffs, culminating in a 35-47 record. 2 decades later, he is an undeniable legend, a 4-time NBA champion, and a 4-time MVP. And Clark? She has already joined a prestigious organization. Following her elimination from the playoffs, Clark and as only the second rookie in NBA or WNBA history to average at least 18 points, Michael Jordan. In a playoff series, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block were recorded, sharing a stat line with Air Jordan. That's quite an accomplishment.
Well, look, right now, she's very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. And you know what that is? Kudos to her, because that means not only has she been putting in the work behind the scenes, but that means she's been a student of the game and in the film room. Her team into the postseason. Here she is right now standing on business. If I had to evaluate her season right now and give a fair evaluation, I would say she has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For as just in the women's side of things. And the hype that she had, the expectations she had to live up to, packing out arenas on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people out there waiting to see her fail, and still keeping her composure as a rookie and leading this team has been a beautiful thing to see.
Not only has Clark's debut season created a stir in the WNBA, but sports media has also taken notice. Heavyweights, NFL great Shannon Sharpe and ESPN's Stephen A. Smith have also praised her, in spite of all the commotion. According to Smith, Caitlin has been outstanding. She has greatness written in her, as seen by her capacity to perform well under duress. All over her.
We take this, let's think about the comparisons we may make to people in other sports. People, when they talk about boxing, Andrea, Shay, Molly, they'll say Muhammad Ali was the greatest. Now, Floyd Mayweather might dispute that. Sugar Ray Leonard might dispute that. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, if he was still alive, God rest his soul, might dispute that, along with various others. That what goes on outside the court, the field, the ring of play per se, matters, because your mental becomes incredibly important. She elevated. She seemed to thrive. She's been better since the Olympic play. And what has she looked like since? She's looked absolutely marvelous, regardless of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness.
Shannon Sharpe has been even more outspoken, vehemently defending Clark on several occasions, in the midst of a contentious ESPN First Take. Sharpe vehemently refuted any criticism directed at the rising star. At the box office, Caitlin Clark. Period. And you all ought to treat her with the dignity she deserves. Rookie of the Year? Unanimous? WNBA first team? There's no question about it, Sharpe said.
Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about it? That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA. First.
However, Sharpe's assistance doesn't end there. In his Nightcap podcast, he contended that certain WNBA players appeared intimidated by Clark's extraordinary skill. Sharpe has never shied away from criticizing experts for their shortcomings, to appropriately recognize her amazing accomplishments.
I just saw Asia go off.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody walking into bumping into her.
Ain't nobody finna bump into Asia. Asia don't play that. Come on now. You know
they ain't bumping into Stewie.
But you know who?
My thing.
If
I'm Caitlin Clark,
you know not to.
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of our gym. Get your coat, your hat, and leave.
Get on out of our gym. I like that. That's a good one.
See the woman speed up. Y'all see her, Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook.
In addition to redefining expectations, Caitlin Clark's debut season has completely altered the women's basketball scene, from her amazing performances to her unprecedented statistics. The WNBA has reached new heights because to her, the playoffs this year were no different. Clark's presence on the court helped the WNBA break viewership records. The Fever Series' second game against the Sun drew an incredible. With 2.5 million viewers, it was the most watched WNBA game on cable ever.